Hey guys, got a flashlight to share with you here. It's a brand new release. It's made by a company called WOWTAC, and this is the A4 version 2. WOWTAC is really pretty well known in the flashlight community as being budget friendly, but very well made, well designed lights. So let's get into this and see what it's all about here. So real stiff cardboard box. Obviously we have the flashlight here, which I'll take that out of the stuff in a minute. Pull this out. So got some instructions. Got a micro USB charging cable. A little silica pack. And in here looks to be a lanyard. And maybe 2 spare O-rings. So let's take a look at the flashlight itself. So fairly small, maybe not much bigger than the size of my hand. Also in this baggie of accessories with the lanyard and the spare O-rings is a little extra micro USB port. The charging port right there, there's an extra one of those right there. All right, here's some of the specs of this light. It's running the XHP35 HI LED. You can see that it's got a firefly mode of 0.5 lumens, and turbo mode goes all the way up to 1895. The most impressive thing about this entire light is the throw distance on it. You can see it's 565 meters. And I'll show some video here in a bit. I've tested it at least 400 plus yards, and I could easily see what was out there. When this flashlight arrived, there was not one of the little insulator pieces that usually goes between like the battery and the springs, and instead the head was unscrewed. So up here, this was actually loose. So if you decide to get one, please make sure that you screw that down before you start trying it, or your flashlight won't work. But that basically breaks the contact between the battery and the driver. So make sure you tighten down the head of it. So like I said earlier, the flashlight's actually pretty small. Like it's, you know, not much bigger than the size of my hand here. It's got pretty nice knurling on the body through here. A little bit of heat sinking, but not a whole lot. Micro USB charging, on-off power switch. It's got a deep reflector. Flashlight's pretty simple in its operation. It's just simply click to turn on. It does have a memory feature, which I'll show in a bit, but it's on the low setting right here. And you can see there's a little bit of a blue light. It kind of stays on the whole time that the light's on. To go to your next mode, it's just simply pressing down and holding. See, there's the medium. You just press and hold. That's the high. Double click for turbo. You can see that's like blinding bright. It's crazy how bright this thing is. Double click again for strobe. And we'll shut it off for a minute. And then if you want to get to that firefly mode, you just simply press, so it's off right now. You just press and hold, and then you can see it goes to this really low lumen. The memory function, so I have it like on a medium mode right now. I'm gonna single click, shut it off. And again, it doesn't matter how long you wait. It could be a minute or a day or a week or whatever. When you turn it on, it comes back on in that exact same mode. So I'm gonna go and show you one of the lower modes, shut it off. When I turn it back on, it's on that lower mode again. So here's a small complaint that I have with it. So turn it on, I'm in a low mode, and the cycle is supposed to be low, medium, high, low, medium, high, low, medium, high. So I'm on low. I'm gonna cycle up to medium, cycle up to high, cycle back down to low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Okay, but watch this here. If I stop on medium, the next cycle should be high. But if you wait like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds and then you go to cycle to high, it actually cycles back down to low. And then it'll go low, medium, high, you know, but for whatever reason, high, from medium to high, if you pause, it goes back to low. So I don't know, it just seems kind of weird. Like there's low, medium. Now again, if I wait just a few seconds and then I try to go to high, it actually takes me back to low. So just a small complaint. Charging of this light's pretty straightforward. You just uncover that little micro USB port, exposing that, take your cable, plug it in if I can see it right here. There we go. It's really hard to see right now, but that light is red on there, and it stays red until it's fully charged, and then it turns blue. Hope that's picking up on camera that it's red. There it is. And if you want, you actually can just remove the 26650 and charge it just like in a regular wall charger, but it does have onboard charging. Something that they don't tell you in the instructions is you do not have to use a 26650 battery in these. If you have any 18650, so like let's say this one's completely dead and you want to still continue using your light, I have a bunch of these little spare tubes here, and you don't even have to actually use that as long as you can center an 18650. So this is a Samsung 18650 here, and just drop that thing in there, and you can see it seems loose at first, but then once the spring gets on it and you get tension on it, get that screwed in there, you can see it works just fine now. Now, you may not get the exact same performance. You may not get you definitely won't get the same run times because this battery capacity is a whole lot higher. But an 18650 works just fine. And there's almost no rattle at all. There's just the slightest bit. So it definitely will work just fine. All right, guys, I'm outside here with this WOWTAC A4. I just want to show you, there's a little blue indicator that's on. The flashlight is on right now. I have it on like a low setting. I am recording with just an iPhone, and the iPhone will not do it justice on how bright this light actually is. It's pretty crazy here, but I'm gonna bump this thing up to the turbo setting, kind of let you see what this thing's capable of. I wish that you could see on here how far I can actually see this thing shine. I'm guessing it goes at least 300 yards. Pretty incredible. I'm over on the golf course right now, and this fairway, the total length of this hole, I believe is about 360 yards, and I can almost see the tee box, and I'm almost at the green, so it's definitely over 300 yards. It's pretty insane. It's got a nice spill, but a really nice focus hotspot as well, like a big hotspot. So overall, I am blown away by the performance of this little flashlight. It does have one major flaw in my opinion, and it's the difficulty in finding the button in the dark. As you can see, the button is completely flush with the body. I mean, you rub your finger over it and you really cannot find it at all. A lot of flashlights will put the charging port directly behind where the button is, and then so you can keep one finger on it and then slide around to the middle. But this is actually offset. It's kind of hard to see here, but they're almost on the same side. And so what you have to kind of do is, you can feel this, you can feel the charging port. And then, so kind of what I have to do is roll my finger around a couple of spaces, and then I can find that. It's extremely difficult in the dark. Once you turn it on, that blue button stays on the whole time. So it's easy to turn it back off then, you know, you can easily find that blue button. But I'm not sure if they did that just to prevent accidental turn-ons or what, but it's extremely, like, it takes me multiple seconds to try to find that in the dark. When I was going out doing some testing, I basically just kept my I knew where it was from the house, and I just held on to it until I got over to the golf course. That way I wasn't fumbling on video trying to figure out where the button was. But that's a huge flaw in my opinion. It needs to be raised, have a lockout if you're afraid of people turning that on. But it's just, I mean, completely flush pretty much. So I dislike that. So at $50, I do think this is a really good value. It's a high quality, well-made light. My biggest gripe is that little low profile on-off switch. You know, I can definitely get past that. The low setting on this is 28 lumens, and that is like in an emergency power outage situation, that's plenty enough light to light up a room. You know, basically you just set the thing down, shine it up towards your ceiling, and it'll light up the entire room. Well, that 28 lumens gives you 89 hours of light. If you ran that for 4 or 5 hours straight a night, that's gonna last you 15 to 20 days. Should be plenty enough time to get through a power outage situation. So these 26650 lights, there's you know, a lot of benefit to the run times that these things give you. I've left an Amazon link down below if any of you are interested in purchasing this flashlight. And I've also been given a 15% off code, which I'm going to put on the screen here. So again, thank you guys very much. I always appreciate you watching.